Welcome to Manny's TV Talk, where we will talk about all of our favorite reality TV shows and news surrounding them. Grab a snack, a drink, and get comfortable because this starts now. Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 13, Episode 14. Let's get right into it.
That for whatever reason triggers you, please tell me. Because I'd never want to do that.
I believe that.
What's wrong? What's wrong? There's a lot of my dad wrapped up in this.
So the ladies are in España. So Crystal, remember, she got dizzy, looked like she was about to pass out, and they had to stop and get out the car. And everybody rallies around her. They call someone, and Annemarie, I appreciated, was like full nurse mode and helped Crystal in spite of their issues the night before. Although I think Annemarie might be like, you know, when you have like a symptom and you go and you Google it and Google gives you like the worst case scenario. I think she might like to overreact a little bit too much because she was like, oh, well, I hope that Crystal doesn't get a stroke right now. But an ambulance came for Crystal. Annemarie even offered to go with her, but they told her the producer was going to go. So they left to the hospital. The rest of the group goes to a chapel. I'm not Catholic, I'm Christian, but I do love like the artistry and the aesthetic of the Catholic churches, especially in a place like España with its rich Catholic history. Like we can go back to the Catholic monarchs in the 14th century. Yeah, no, I love history. But it was a very special moment, particularly with Kyle and Sutton. Sutton can't help but to think of her dad, and Kyle can't help but to think of her friend Lorraine, especially since they both died because of the same reason. So it was a very special moment for sure in the church. Then they go back in the cars. Crystal FaceTimes them. She's in a hospital bed, and that sucks. They're gonna give her some medication. Hopefully she gets better. Then the ladies go to the city. There was a man singing, super fun. Then they go and sit at a beautiful restaurant. It's kind of like outside. And Annemarie gets a call. Her kids are going to school. Also, she calls her husband daddy, which, I mean, to each his own, I guess. So then Erika says, you know, in hindsight, after everything that just transpired, she doesn't think that Crystal will ever question Annemarie's medical credentials again. So then Garcelle turns to Dorit and brings up their issue about what happened at Taco Tuesday and how she felt disrespected hearing that Dorit said that she attacked her. Dorit says, again, I did not think of your race at all when I told you that. And Garcelle says, I know. And Dorit says, well, you called me a Karen. So Garcelle says, honestly, she doesn't think that anyone in the group is racist. She does think that perhaps people like Dorit might live in very sheltered lives and they're not exposed to everything that's going on in the world. So Dorit says she is not comparing herself to Garcelle's experience in any way, but she says, my dad was Israeli, and as a child, when other kids knew I was Jewish, they would ask me things like, well, where are your horns? You know, just like very anti-Semitic stuff. And Garcelle appreciated hearing that. She really liked that moment because she feels like they got close by Dorit sharing something so personal, like such a personal experience. It really gets to know somebody. Then they leave, and Sutton says that they have to go now, but the ladies... Listen, these are ladies from Beverly Hills, so they had to shop. They go to this super cool shop that sells fans that are like custom, and they have a lot of like different drawings and paintings and stuff, and they had to. Sutton says, I'm putting a 3-minute timer, and oh my gosh, they bought so much stuff. I mean, Dorit bought 7 fans. And then in a jewelry store, Garcelle was going to buy something, but the shop didn't allow like American cash. So Erika says, let me pay. Sugar mama right here. Oh my gosh. This is the type of fun that we want to see more frequently. When they get back to the house, Crystal was there by then, and she said that there is like some type of high blood pressure that runs through her family, and today her blood pressure was very high. So today was very scary. She can't imagine if she ever got a stroke. It was a lot, and she cried. And again, it was great to see the girls be there for her, and I have to say, I think we are seeing a different side of Annemarie this episode because she was so supportive. And Crystal appreciates it, and she even says that Annemarie treated her so good that she kind of wants to start fresh with her. Later that night, they then get ready for dinner, and they're gonna have a paella cooking class. I will say, as Kyle was getting ready, she FaceTimes Mauricio. His camera is like super dark, super suspicious. Erika, she's getting ready, she's getting drunk. And she's going off about those earrings. She's saying that she won. Also, Sutton invited some friends of hers, so there will be company, especially with like the main guy is gonna be a guy named Trevor who was super important to Sutton. He was a great friend of hers when they were young, and the setup was like where they're having the dinner was beautiful. I mean, it's Spain itself is amazing, and the house that they were staying in was great, and so was everything else. Also, y'all remember that young chef that Garcelle was trying to flirt with? Well, his dad is there to also help. He's also going to be doing the paella, and Garcelle wants the dad now. Also, I told y'all that Erika was getting drunk, so she would start making little comments that were like so out of pocket, like Crystal's back from the dead. Oh my gosh. Then they sit on the table and they all want to know from Trevor how was Sutton when she was young. And he says that Sutton was so mean. So I guess like Sutton has always had this sort of like cold southern persona. But we also heard some new things about her. Like, for example, when she was 24, she lived in Brooklyn. Like, before she met her husband, she was broke. Erika goes like, Brooklyn, what a dump. She's acting crazy. Then she says to the friends who know Merce, she says, I'm sorry, I know y'all like Merce, but he was in a Ziploc bag. Ooh, oh, mm-mm. They also had some very interesting people. Like I said, there were other guests. They had some architects from Spain. There was a girl there who was Middle Eastern. She talks about Syria, the civil wars, Beirut. And Erika is actually having an analytical, like, scholar. Okay, maybe not that. Maybe not, like, to that level. But she knew what she was talking about. I was like, oh, I never knew Erika was a Middle East expert. Like, honestly, she really did. She was engaging in that conversation. She knew the stuff. But it was an amazing dinner. Fun, different. I liked it. Then they head back to their rooms to get comfortable, get ready to go to bed. Erika and Kyle went to Garcelle's room, and I love how they were just laughing and being fun, jumping on the bed. And Garcelle tells Erika that she's so surprised that Erika knew so many things. So that was it for the night. The next day, everybody gets up. They're getting ready. Garcelle went to Crystal's room to check on her. They were able to get a machine for Crystal to check her blood pressure. It's still high, but she does feel a little better. But then, you guys, Sutton is losing it. She feels horrible. She says that she doesn't want to open the ashes because the last time she had ashes were her father's. So that, and then Mers, and then after seeing Trevor last night, who also knew Mers, and then even things like her divorce and like when she didn't have her husband, it was just a mixture of emotions. It was really sad, and she says that she feels alone now. She feels like that 24-year-old girl that went to Brooklyn and was broke that Trevor was talking about last night. That broke my heart. I'm glad that Kyle was able to, be there for her, tell her everything was going to be okay. But it was very emotional. But as far as that episode, you guys, that's all we saw. Again, very, very good episode. Because I feel like I said earlier, there's like a specific like type of fun and it's lighthearted that I'm enjoying it in this trip. But y'all, let me know your comments. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know what y'all thought. And I'll catch y'all next time. You have a great one. Bye.